I'm going to start with Bhai Gurdas Ji again here today. I want you to just contemplate on this for a minute. When we talk about, Mata Pita Di, when we talk about our mothers and fathers, right? Just think about this. So everyone has children. Everyone has a family. Bhai Gurdas Ji given us both in every angle of our life. There's something that Bhai Gurdas is telling you to do. Gurbani is telling you to do as well. Now, this particular body from one of the bars, Pai Mata Pita Anand Vich Putte Di Kudmai Hoi. Now, mother, father, both khush ho jande a pe put di, our son, odi kadmai hui a, and they're getting married. Bade anand pe ameri mai ho janda hai. Pai resi ang nama vei gave so hilade sukh soi. Now, as a mother becomes overjoyed and sings the songs of happiness. So, Mata, badi khush ho, bahut khushi mil jandi Mata ji nu. She says, मेरे पुत नू वो सोले गान अपंदी है खुशी दे पे पुत दा आनंद कारज होने लगा विकसी पुत व्याही है घोड़ी लावा गाव पलोई. Bhai Sahib saying, singing eulogies of bridegroom and praying for the welfare of the couple, she feels happy that her son got married. So, Mata keh rahi hai, bahut sukh mile mere put nu, meri nau nu, sara kuch mili jave. So she's getting very happy, you know. Now remember, this is an everyday thing. Sare bhangde paunde vyahan te, right? Sukha sukhe mawadi put nu da mel aloi. So for the well-being and harmony of bride and bridegroom, the mother makes vows of offerings before the deities. You know, Hinduan di galan that they did, we do. Nowadays, someone might do some shad bhakti kar loge, say bacche sukh rahen. That's what every parent wants, you know. Now, what's Bhai Gurdas Ji getting to here? No nit kant ko mant de vehre hove sas vigoi. Now, the bride starts ill-advising the son, goading him to get separate from the parents, and consequently, mother-in-law becomes sorrowful. So, jitton khushi sigi, pai bacche da vyah hon laga, whether everyone was happy, pai this is the mata getting very khush, pai put da vyah ho gaya, pata nahi, udle she's doing all happiness for him. And now they're saying that jire noya, and so both they're getting together, they're kind of ill-advised, getting ill advice and getting separated from the mother. Lak upkar visar ke put ko put chakki ut choi. Now, forgetting the lacks of benefactions. Now, what that means is, when the mother and father bring up a child, you know. Those who got children don't know how much effort it is to raise a bacha. So Bhai Gurdas is saying that all of that goodness that the parent gave to that boy, unek palata one skin to it. And he says he starts to dislike his parents and he becomes disloyal and sets himself at loggerheads with his parents. The Bhai Gurdas Ji is the end of every body in Bhai Gurdas Ji Avara, the end point is a center point. Jida in a Shabad which is Rahau, center point from that Shabda. When you read the Rahau, that's why the Rahau, regarded in English terms like chorus, you come back to the chorus. That's why in Shabd, generally you should tend to do, even Kirtan, you should read the Rahau as the main point. You know? Sometimes it's used another pankti, use another pankti if they're using some theme of some what Guru Sahib is saying, but generally, the general rule is Rahau to ke center, Bhai Gurdas Ji Paudi and the last point center hunda. So, hove sarvan virla koi. So, Bhai Gurdas Ji keh rahe jis ek bacha in Puratan history which his name is Sarvan. Hindu itihas which wo aa raha, he was really obedient and his mother and father blind se anne si. So Sarvan ne unne bhakti seva bahut kiti. Bhai Gurdas saying person like Sarvan bahut virla hai. So generally ajkal these चीज़ें जिथे mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, सारा कुछ these problems हो रही हैं, they have to stop, and they're only going to stop if one generation stops it. The next generation has to learn these gun from Bhai Gurdas ji, and the next generation will stop it. But if this is, remember, if anything comes in Bhai Gurdas ji's var, pauri, anything like that, Guru Sahib, Guru's told Bhai Gurdas ji this. And sometimes it's hard to find that. Sometimes what Bhai Gurdas is written in Vara, Kabit, and all these things, hard lapniya in Bani sometimes, because Gurus put it as gems, and you only find it. Sometimes just samadhi thodi jahi lagi hove. Sometimes that pankti starts meaning something different. Bhai Gurdas has already been there, and as we covered last week, if Bhai Gurdas took 19 years to scribe the Bani, 19 years samadhi lagi, that's all I can say. 19 years to keep writing it, and it's and even we read old even in if you read Bhai Sahib's books, Bhai Sahib, he met a Gursikh once who wrote a lot of Bani. Now he didn't know how that Gursikh, when they met, the Gursikh without moving his body, did his peri hath and wouldn't let go of his feet. The Gursikh did that from a distance, standing where he was. Now Bhai Sahib didn't understand that. He says, how did you get that avastha? Because how have you done that? Eventually Gursikh eventually told him, he said, I write Bani. But har likhna is a very important cheez, but Obi is gone a little bit away. But remember, Bhai Gurdas 19 years, so he Bani, and he went to such an elevated state. So anything that's in the Kabit, anything in the Podiya, anything in the Bhai Gurdasji's Vara is what Guru Sahib is saying. And Kaivari, you get really shaitan people who start saying, Bhai Gurdas, that thing, it'll bani na mildini ka. When you generally get to the bottom point of what that is, it just means that more murkha. The person is muruk. They understand that when he's gone to such a high avastha, he knows even the small things. So what we're going to cover, so remember, from that point, what I'm trying to make you understand, jira apne mother father di respect nahi hai generally in our society, there's no respect. That respect means it's lack of bhakti. There's no, you can't twist the tail there in any way. That means it's lack of bhakti. If the mother and father, if you're not respecting them or your family's not respecting them, remember what Bhai Gurdas saying, sarvan varga, even if they were blind. And you remember the point what Bhai Gurdas is trying to say is, when someone's blind, you can scam, you can do anything, you can get away with anything, because half of the things that person won't know. And it's even funny that when we read by Rama Singh's story, by Rama Singh, if you read his book, from Manmukh to Gursikh. Asli, the book's title was From Manmukh to Gurmukh. That's the reality, what it really was. But from Manmukh to Gursikh in the book, Bhai Sahib, he wrote, because he did so much Simran, Bhai Rama Singh did Simran, he found out what his last janam was. He found out where he came from in his last janam. In his last life, Bhai Rama Singh, he's saying he was Kirtani. Kirtan karde si, and he says the main Kirtani anna saga. The main Kirtani was blind. The Kirtani sitting in the middle, he was blind. Bhai Rama Singh said, I side Kirtani. And he says, what I did, he scammed his money. Because he's blind. So he says, money comes, he goes, I took a bit extra. He ain't going to find out. The old Gursikh di vasta sigi. So he didn't need his eyes. So he's saying to Bhai Rama Singh, he said to Bhai Rama Singh, he goes, Tere Bamana this is why we gotta be afraid, huh? Gursikh says something, he says, Bamana or Pandana wale kam tere hate nahi hale. That was his bachan. Now, Bhai Rama Singh, that's what he said, so I had to be born in a Hindu family. Because the Gursikh said that thing. But so what the point is, he's saying that a person's blind, you can scam him. Here, Bhai Gurdas is saying his parents are blind, he could have done anything. He goes, Baro seva kiti unhone Bhai Sarvan ne. And So that's a fark between us, है ना? And jere ko sikh, what Pai Gurdas is trying to say is, so ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਰ ਹਾਂ from these ਗੱਲਾਂ.